Good morning, everyone. I'm Deb Erickson, and I'm here with another ICAN Mindset Minute. I'm so excited that you're here today, and I want to talk about fear, the fear of rejection. I want to ask you an important question. Is the fear of rejection holding you back? Is it causing you to resist, to hesitate, to sabotage the business growth that you so dearly and desperately need and want right now? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So when you pop on, jump in and tell me who you are, where you're coming from, so I know who we're talking to. You know, the ICAN Mindset Minute, I designed this really to help you through this crisis, to help you create a mindset, a winning mindset, an ICAN mindset that's going to support you as we move through this amazing time together. So let me ask you a question. I have to tell you that I noticed on a survey that my community, my ICAN community filled out the other day. I noticed that what they were telling me is that one of the greatest obstacles that they were facing right now was fear of rejection. And what's really interesting is that so many of them feel like they'd overcome fear of rejection. They'd already dealt with it. It's like, where is this showing up from, right? How come it's here again? Fear of rejection in my business. So let me tell you a little bit about that. First of all, fear of rejection is a core fear, right? It comes from the gut, and it usually comes from when you're really little. So when you're 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, the thing that's most important is your connection, right, to your community, to your family. In other words, you are reliant on them. You must have their support, their love, their acceptance. Otherwise, you won't survive. And so this is really a true core survival mechanism, getting people to love you. And so a lot of women, right, we grow up with really bad habits of needing to please everyone. We become people pleasers. And it's kind of like it's part of the fear of rejection component. Well, here's what's really interesting. Even when you show up in network marketing and you realize you got a fear of rejection and you know that it kind of comes from your past, even though you're working through all of those and you feel like I pretty much have that down, then a crisis shows up, right? The virus shows up, and all of a sudden the general fear, think of it as like group think, the community of humanity, their fear is going through the roof. And so the crisis of fear, it hooks you, right? It grabs you and it activates that core energy that you were so sure you dealt with already. And all of a sudden, this core fear, bam, it's up there again. So what do we do about it? Well, I want to give you a tool today to help you move through that fear. So do me a favor, before we get started, I want you to post in the comments here. I want you to rate your fear. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being as high as it could ever possibly be, and 1 being it's almost not measurable, what I want you to do first of all is I want you to measure general fear. So anxiety, sleeplessness, worry. And just give me a number here. 1 to 10, where is your generalized fear? And it could be fear about the economy, fear about your family, fear about health, fear about your future, fear about stability, fear about providing. I don't care, just generalized fear. So pop in and show me your number down, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? So if you're like most people, your generalized fear is higher now than normal. So you might say, hey, I'm at an 8. I have some worry. I have some generalized anxiety. I'm managing it pretty well, but it gets away from me once in a while, and that's okay. Then what I want you to do is tell me, where do you stand on specifically fear of rejection? So 1 to 10, where is your fear that you're going to talk about your products or your company, your opportunity, your services, how you're going to support people, and you can feel that you are hesitating or holding back because you're anxious right now about what people are going to say and how they're going to evaluate, what they're going to think of you. Just notice. I want you to see if there's a difference between those two numbers, right? So great, Deborah, you're saying generalize is kind of 5. So where's your fear of rejection? Just notice if there's a difference. Now, as you're popping in and making all those comments, here's what I want to tell you guys, right? That you can handle them identically the same and at the same time. Let me show you how you do that, right? So you remember I taught you a couple days back, I taught you about contrasting hands, right? You put one thing in one hand and one thing in the other. So what I want you to feel for just a minute is, how big is your desire? How big is your desire? So the desire is about what you want, why you want it, health and wealth for your family, stability. You're looking for things to get back to normal so you can play and you can enjoy, right? You can love and you can laugh. And so when you say, how big is my desire, right? Okay. And then I want you to identify how big is the fear. How big is the fear? So fear of rejection, fear of survival, compounding fears on the other side, it might be that, yeah, you want this stuff, but your fear is bigger. And I'm here to tell you today that whichever is bigger is the one that wins. So if your desire, if you get up in the morning, you're like, man, I'm going to make this happen. I got to get out in the world and I want it and I want it bad and I want it today. And I don't care. I don't care what people say, what people think. I'm oblivious to that. I am going to get out in the world and I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to share my products. Desire's high. Or are you saying, I really want my business to grow. I want to get out today. I want to share, but, and then you start focusing on the fear. What are people going to say? And how are they going to judge me? And how am I going to be condemned? And what are they going to say? And what, they don't have any money. And just notice where the energy is. 9 times out of 10, if you're not in action, what it means is, let me back it up. If you know what to do and you're not in action, right? So it either means that your desire isn't high enough, or it means that your fear is bigger. Whichever one is the biggest wins. So when your fear gets too big, it wins, right? Because it's bigger than your desire. When your desire is bigger than your fear, it wins and you move into action. So what are we going to do about it, guys? What are we going to do? I want to give you a tool you can use right here, right now. Okay, so this is one of the fun things I always do at my live events, right? We give out love journals. And these are some of my original ones from years and years and years ago. And here's one of the cool things that we do, is that we write in each other's journals, right? We write messages of love and appreciation, and we talk about how we have changed each other's lives. So every single time I get a testimonial, somebody writes me something and says, you're amazing. Those neuro tools are unbelievable. My life is completely changed. I can't believe how blessed I am to have you in my life, Deb. When somebody writes something like that, what I used to do all the time, now I can't keep up with it anymore, but what I used to do is I used to cut those out and I would paste it in my little love journal. Why? Because when fear got really, really high, right? I could be rejected. You know what I would do? I'd open up my love journal and I would read to myself something someone said. Dearest Deb, what a magnificent light bearer and truth freer you are in the world. You are magnificent, unstoppable, woman of power and influence who is changing the world. And I would just read until I would feel the energy of my passion and power and desire would get up. And then, bam, in that moment, I'd make my phone call. So what I'm doing is, if I can't silence fear, I've given you tools to silence the fear. But if you can't for some reason, and when fear gets overwhelming, sometimes I know it's hard, then what we want to do is we want to amp up the love. We want to amp up the appreciation. We want to amp up that energy, right? Where you know your products, your service, your business, your relationships, your win-win attitude, your desire to create community, your refusal to leave anyone behind. Come on, I know that's who you are in the world. So grab all of those testimonials and those things that people say about you, right? Write them in your book, right? Cut them out, copy them and paste them in the book so that you have a little love journal that when the fear gets high, right? Fear of rejection. What are they going to say? What are they going to say about me? You know what I do? Bam, open it up. Pick another one. Deb, I've completed 2 of your programs and the results are unbelievable. You blow me away. Oh, I feel great, right? And so which one do you want? Do you want the fear? Do you want the love? Fear, love. Go get yourself a journal. And here's a great way to start. Ask everybody you know to write something for you. Have them write a testimonial. Have them write something about how you changed their lives. Have every single one of your customers, right, write something and just say, hey, it's for a project. Right? I need you to write this out for a project. Have them write something about how the products changed their life, how grateful they are that you had the courage to face the fear of rejection, to overcome it, and offer them something that radically uplifted their health, their well-being, their beauty, whatever it is. You guys get it? You have to be proactive here, guys. But if you collect the love and the appreciation and you hold that in one hand and the fear of rejection in the other, what begins to happen is this energy, it begins to overtake. You can wake up in the morning and you can look through your love journal and go, oh yeah, what I do matters. My products are mattering. My business offering, it matters. It's changing people's lives. They're loving it. And you can stand in the power. Guys, get it? Stand in the power of the love and the appreciation and watch the fear of rejection disappear. Guys, got it? All right, go get a journal. And let's start our love journals together. You guys got it? Hey, for those of you who are in my gold membership, I want to add one thing to this. I want you to go and check out I Love My Expanding Business. It's a nighttime neurotool recording that will give you the language that needs to go in your love journal. You guys, every single affirmation in that recording is something you ought to write on one of the sheets of paper in your love journal. And then make sure that you are standing in that love and appreciation for your business, for what it's offered to you and your customers. You guys got it? All right, so if you're not yet a part of our gold membership, I want to give you an opportunity to check it out. Go check out the training, check out the NeuroTools, download all the free stuff that we've got available for you guys. So make sure you follow the links below. Jump in and begin to use the Every Thought Counts NeuroTool so that you are reframing your brain for love and appreciation and joy and confidence and expansion and growth. And you are releasing in every single moment of the day the fears that are holding you back. I'm Deb Erickson. I'm excited about being your business mindset coach. Check out the link, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.